Hi everyone, my name is Masran Tamin. Today we will discuss the difference between the business market B2B and the consumer market B2C, as well as the concept of buying situation. Understanding this difference is critical because the strategies, decision making process, and purchasing behavior in business market are very different from those in consumer markets. Companies need to approach this market differently to succeed. We will examine four key areas: market size and scope, decision making process, types of product and services, buying situation. Let's start with market size and scope. The first difference between the business market and the consumer market is market size and scope. In the business market, purchases are typically large scale and high value. Organizations buy products or services in bulk, often for use in production, operation, or resale. These purchases are usually planned and involve careful evaluation because they can significantly affect the organization efficiency and costs. Examples include raw materials for manufacturing, office equipment for companies, industrial machinery, or IT infrastructure. In contrast, the consumer market consists of smaller, personal purchases made by individual or household for their own use. These purchases are often driven by personal needs, wants, and lifestyle preference. Examples include groceries, clothing, personal electronics like smartphone or laptops, and home appliance. To make it more concrete, consider this example. A car manufacturer buying 1,000 tires at once to produce vehicle is clearly part of the business market because the purchase is large, planned, and critical to production. Meanwhile, an individual buying one pair of shoes for personal use represents the consumer market because it is small scale, immediate, and based on personal preference. Understanding the size and scope of this market is crucial for marketers. In the business market, companies can focus on strategies like bulk discount, long term contract, personalized account management, and negotiated pricing since purchases are larger and more predictable. For the consumer market, marketing strategies focus more on advertising, promotion, in store display, and online campaign to attract individual buyers, emphasizing convenience, price, and emotional appeal. Recognizing this difference helps marketers allocate resources efficiently, create tailored strategies, and better predict sales patterns depending on whether they are targeting businesses or individual consumers. The decision making process also differs significantly between business and consumer market. In the business market, purchasing decisions are usually made by a group of people, often called the buying center. This team may include user, which is people who will use the product, influencer, expert who provide technical input, buyers, those who handle the purchase transaction, deciders, people with the final approval, gatekeepers, which is people who control information flow. They consider multiple factors like cost, quality, reliability, and long term value. Decisions are often more complex and require formal evaluation. In contrast, in the consumer market, decisions are usually made by individuals. These are influenced by personal preference, lifestyle, emotion, and immediate needs. For example, a company deciding to purchase new office printers will evaluate specification, cost, and supplier reliability carefully. A consumer deciding which printer to buy for home use may choose based on price, brand, or convenience alone. Next, let's discuss the types of product and services in each market. In the business market, products are often specialized and customized for organizational needs. For example, industrial machinery for a factory, raw materials for manufacturing, IT software tailored to a company operation. These products are designed for functionality and efficiency rather than mass appeal. In the consumer market, products are generally standardized for personal use. Examples include household goods like detergent or furniture, electronic like smartphones or laptops. Understanding product types is important because marketing and sales strategies must match the nature of the product. Business products often require personal selling, technical support, and long-term contract, while consumer products rely more on advertising and retail channel. Finally, let's look at the buying situation, which further distinguish business and consumer market. In the business market, there are three main types of buying situation. First, straight rebuy, which is a routine reorder of a product or service without changes. For example, a company reordering printer paper monthly. Second, modify rebuy, which is when the company makes slight changes to the product specification or supplier. For example, a company switching to a different supplier for office chairs that are slightly more ergonomic. Third, new task, which is a completely new purchase that require extensive research and evaluation. For example, a company buying new industrial machinery for the first time. In the consumer market, purchases are usually driven by individual needs or desire and tend to be less formal. For example, buying groceries, clothing, or a smartphone. Decisions are simpler and less structured compared to business purchase. Understanding buying situation helps marketers design appropriate sales strategies, whether it's long-term account management in B2B or promotional campaign in B2C. To conclude, the business market and consumer market differ in several key ways. Market size and scope, which is business purchase are larger and organizational, consumer purchase are smaller and personal. Decision-making process, where business decisions involve groups and formal evaluation, while consumer decisions are individual and often emotional. Types of product, where business products are specialized and customized, and consumer products are standardized. Buying situation, where business purchase can be routine, modified, or new, while consumer purchase are usually simpler and need-based. By understanding this difference, marketers can adapt their strategies, target the right audience, and manage the sales process effectively. This knowledge is essential for anyone involved in marketing, sales, or product management in both B2B and B2C contexts. That's all for this video. Thank you.